Okay, well, first, thank you for having me on your show, obviously, and for all the people who are listening. Let this be your first great step in the proper direction towards happiness for 2017. So how did it all start? Well, I'm just an ordinary kid from an ordinary council estate who found myself going through this life, looking for the answers to some very big questions and some not so big questions. But it led me to meet and work with some of the most powerful people on the planet, from presidents to celebrities to my favourite of all people like myself who are just making their way through life. I have some qualifications that, believe it or not, I very seldom use. Psychotherapy, hypnotherapy and stuff like that. And why I don't use them is because I actually discovered that common sense was far more powerful than some of the tools that I had been trained to use. Before I knew where I was, I literally went into private practice. I cut to the chase very fast. So you either wanted to change or you didn't. You wanted to do it for yourself, which was most important, because most people actually, believe it or not, want to change for everybody else, not themselves. And, if you don't want to do this for yourself, chances are you will only succeed to have moments of happiness instead of a more constant flow of happiness. And generally, one of the big things that I sort of help people to understand is control. Like, as we all know, everybody tries to control everything that's going on around them. So when I explain to them, there's certain things out of your control and there's certain things in your control. And, once you understand these things, then you have all this energy that you're wasting trying to control things outside your power that you can now use to enhance your life for the better. And that's what brings you the de-stress package, and that's what brings you happiness in the end.
Well, let's focus then on for our listeners, it's a new year, and it can be a trying time when we're coming into the new year after the Christmas festivities are over, and there's such expectation on refreshing yourself and doing better and achieving those dreams and goals. What are the common mistakes that we make?
I think one of the common mistakes we make is that we let ourselves go, believe it or not, on the run up to. So, over Christmas we say things like, well, you know what, it's only once a year and we'll indulge and whatever. But, if you look at the truth of it, we actually quite overindulge all year around. It's like, the wellness centre that I have here in Ireland, we do something called food as medicine, right?
Right.
And what we do is we show people that food, when it became entertainment, became an unhealthy activity. But when food is used, just like you'd put good quality petrol in your car, then you got a much better and healthier result. So I think the mistake they make is that they put timelines on stuff that are not practical. We're just too hard on ourselves. We've become hard on ourselves because we have so much media and all this stuff being thrown at us now that we're not the right shape, we don't look good, we have to be the height of fashion, do. And you know what? The quicker the better you step away from that, because all the worry of putting on weight causes more weight to go on. All the worry about not looking good makes you feel not good. So it's really about grasping the mind and saying, this is where I am, this is what I've got, what do I want to do for myself, back down to self again. Not what society says it should be. It's about moderation, it's about taking your time, and it's about understanding if you're beating yourself up, the world is going to join in.
So it's Finding You, the Path to Lasting Happiness, and it's at the Ben Hall on the 18th of January. It kicks off at 7 o'clock in the evening. If people have been inspired and they want to get hold of tickets, what's the best way to do that?
The best way to do it is at my website, which is DerekO'Neill.com. The information is there, and you can have a look at, the other resources that are on that website, and it's just a great way of kicking off your new year.
Okay. Final thought from you then. You're the guru, so we're into 2017 well and truly now. What advice would you give our listeners?
Don't be listening to the propaganda that's being fed to you through media, and look at and clean up your own house before you go out to clean out somebody else's.